Well, today we're going to make a couple of pretty famous Thanksgiving side dishes.
Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill.
And I'm Elizabeth. Live simple,
Live free.
and we're going to be using this food that we now have. This is from Ready Harvest, which is like our new company. We're calling it, it's called Thrivalist, but these are actually from Ready Harvest. And I'm going to be making some cranberry sauce out of the freeze-dried cranberries, and I'm going to be making some green bean casserole with the green beans. So I think it'll be fun.
Now, Thrivalist, you remember that Thrive Life used to have a big Black Friday sale every year. Mm-hmm. Thrivalist is going to do the same thing, but they're not calling it a Black Friday sale. They're calling it a Thanksgiving sale.
Okay.
So a little bit later in the video, I'll give you some details about that as well. Everything on the website will be on sale, but cool. I'll tell you about that.
Okay, I'm going to get my oven going at 350. There we go, preheating. Alrighty, chai tea, I love it. Okay, now what I have here is a little over 3 cups of the green beans. Now these, both of them, I'll show you, they fill them like basically right up to the top, which is wonderful. Let me show you on the cranberries. Not necessarily all companies do that, but this is full. Look at those beautiful things. Oh, they're gorgeous. It's going to make a great cranberry sauce. They still look like half cranberries, just dry. And then, of course, I've used a pretty good amount of the green beans here. All right, I've got a little over 3 cups in here. This is a 8 by 11 pan. It's not a 10 by 13, but it's not the small one either. It's like about an 8 by 11. So I'm going to start out by just pouring water in on top of my green beans until the water's just, I can easily push them down into the water. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more. I'm just going to give them a chance to get refreshed again and plump back up with, so that when I put in the soup and stuff, I don't have to wonder how much it's still going to absorb. It'll be basically working just like regular green beans. I'm going to get some more water here. And of course, these cranberries, the green beans that we're using, they're not dehydrated, they're freeze-dried. And so the only thing that's been taken out is just plain old H2O, just water. So they maintain flavor, color, really maintain nutrition amazingly. And you don't have to store them in the fridge. These are good for 25 years on the shelf. Even after they're opened, they're still good for a year. You can probably even use them after that a little bit. It's just they won't be quite as fresh. Might lose a little bit of flavor. Okay, let's let those soak. Turn back into regular old green beans. Now, while I am refreshing, rehydrating the green beans, I'm going to go ahead and put some cranberries in my bowl here. I think I'm going to do about 2 cups for the amount I want to make right now. There we go. Isn't that cute? That's my Pioneer Woman measuring cup. A little tiny bit more. There we go. Good. Now, I love when cranberry sauce has a bit of an orange flavor to it. It's got orange zest in it or some orange juice. So I am going to actually, sorry about that, refresh these, rehydrate them with orange juice. And that way they'll still be definitely a cranberry flavor, but they're going to pick up that really fresh flavor of the orange. I'm doing these small bottles, but they'll work just fine. This is just 100% orange juice. I put enough in here to really get them nice and soft again and ready to use. There we go. I'll get another one. I didn't know quite how many it was going to take. Ready? Okay. All right. Now, Stir those in. Yep. So we're going to have our cranberries soaking now in orange juice. And we're going to have our green beans soaking in water. They're not going to need much longer now. They'll be ready to go. Okay, so I will be adding a little bit of soy sauce. We found this wonderful tamari sauce that doesn't have any wheat in it. And so I'll be using a little bit of that, and then mushroom soup and milk, and of course the necessary crispy fried onions. And then for my cranberry sauce, I'll be putting in sugar. As I said, I'm going to use monk fruit, and I'll see how I'm going to cook it up a little bit so I can kind of mush up the cranberries a little bit. I'll see what they're like after they're completely refreshed, and mush them up a little bit. So we'll be adding some sugar, which, like I said, is the monk fruit for me, and then see how much it thickens up. And keeping it real simple. It's just going to be basically sweetened cranberries with orange, and I think it's going to be good. Okay, the green beans have softened up quite a bit. I am going to deliberately leave a little bit of water left in there so that when they're baking, and if they need to absorb any more, there'll be a little bit more moisture, but there's hardly any water left in there at all. Now I'm taking a can of gluten-free cream of mushroom soup, put it in my bowl. And a can of milk, because this is condensed. If it wasn't condensed soup, I might not need it. Okay. I did have some of the Ready Harvest freeze-dried onions, and I decided I'm going to put a little bit in there. Oh, they smell so good. Just a little. I don't want to overdo it. This is pretty traditional, but just some onion. There we go. Not a whole ton. We also have these onions now with our Thrivalist from Ready Harvest. Okay. All right. I want some pepper. That's probably about half a teaspoon. Putting in some seasoned salt. Just a good dollop of seasoned salt. There we go. This is brand new. There we go. And it's probably going to be like a tablespoon. There we go. Don't want to overdo it.
Of what?
Oh, excuse me. Of the soy sauce, the tamari sauce here. Okay, I'm going to mix that up. Or, splatter everything, of course. Now, sometimes recipes said you could put in grated cheese if you wanted, but I'm going with more of a really traditional green bean casserole. Okay, now you go ahead and you put some of the crispy onions in, and of course you want ones to sprinkle on top, but let's mix some of them in here. Oh, they look so good. There. And the rest of it I'm going to put over the top. Okay, so a little bit of onion, some crispy onions, mushroom soup, the tamari soy sauce, seasoned salt, pepper, and of course milk is in the mushroom soup. My oven's all preheated and ready. Now this is a little more juice than I would normally have, but like I said, the beans could end up absorbing a little bit more liquid. So I'm just going to go ahead and let them have a little bit of extra liquid. Mix that all nicely around. Interesting to me to do a little research and find out where this recipe came from in terms of the whole, Thanksgiving celebration. I know you can find it on cans of green beans around this time of year all over the place. And yes, I'm very aware that I can't have these French fried onions, but this is a treat for other people that we'll be sharing at Thanksgiving. There we go. I'm popping it into a 350-degree onion. Yes, I'm popping it right into my onion. 350-degree oven. And I'll check it again, I think probably half an hour. 350-degree onion. Oh, dear. Okay, I'll set a timer.
Now, I wanted to take just a minute to tell you about the sale that's going on at the end of the month. It will be November 24th through December 1st, so it'll be over the Thanksgiving weekend. Now, Thrivalist has a number of things on their website besides just food. They have a lot of prepper supplies, survival clothing, that sort of thing. They have some of that stuff is in clearance. They're going to be clearing it out and adding some new stuff. So most of the stuff that's in clearance is cold weather clothing, and that is all 50% off. And that is available actually right now. If you go to the website, up at the top, there's a link across there that says 50% off, shop here. You click on that. That's where you find it. That's, like I said, that's available now at 50% off. So if you need any kind of cold weather clothing or anything, it's a great buy. Now, the Ready Harvest is Thrivalist's brand name of freeze-dried food, and all Ready Harvest products during the sale, starting on the 24th, will be 20% off. And then Thrivalist also carries some Mountain House stuff because they didn't have everything, and a few of the things they didn't have, like the hamburger, they didn't have in Ready Harvest, they were carrying in Mountain House. Well, Ready Harvest is now adding all of their own brands, names of all of this stuff. So all of the Mountain House stuff that's on the website will be on sale anywhere from 20 to 50% off. So that's a great deal. And then they also have water. Now, this is not just bottled water that you buy at a grocery store. It's very special water that's treated and I don't know about treated, but prepared to be long-term storage. And you can see that up at the top. It says water, and they also have some filters and things like that. All of the water is 20% off. So, sounds like a good sale, especially to introduce you to it if you've never used it before. If you're used to using Thrive Life, you'll see that Thrivalist is very similar, very good. So 20% off of all Ready Harvest, 20 to 50% off of all Mountain House, 20% off of the water, and 50% off of all of the clearance items for the cold weather clothing and that sort of thing. So, okay, take a look at it during the sale, and now back to the cooking.
I'm going to try one of these right out of here. Oh, they're so good. Tart, really good flavor. You know what that tastes like?
Cranberry?
Cranberry. It's good. Well, I realized I could have just put the cranberries in here with the orange juice and saved myself the step, but it's always nice to use my nice Pioneer Woman bowl. I'll probably put the cranberry sauce back into it for the fridge. I'm going to heat this up now. Start heating up on the stove. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start out putting in about a half a cup of the monk fruit. Now the monk fruit should measure cup for cup. I've just got my monk fruit in the raw here. And
Cup for cup what?
Up to regular sugar. Sorry, thanks, hon. Here, excuse me. Yeah, it should be about cup for cup for like regular sugar. try about a half a cup, and if it's not sweet enough, I'll add more, but I'd rather it wasn't too sweet. Oh goodness, I think that's going to be plenty. I'm so appreciative of monk fruit because it's got a really natural flavor. Even Bill likes it. Okay, stir that sugar in with the orange juice and the cranberries. Let them kind of heat up and mush them up a little bit, although I want to leave definitely some pieces because I enjoy that in cranberry sauce. And then if it thickens up enough on its own, which it may, I won't worry about putting a little bit of cornstarch slurry in there. But if it needs a little more thickening, it's easy enough to put that. All right, let me just check my sweet level here. Oh, that's nice. Just a scant half cup. Yeah, that's very nice. It's tart, but it's not too tart. So I'm gonna let this kind of heat up, and I'll be spending the whole time stirring. I'm gonna rinse my spoon off, but I'll be spending the whole time stirring it, but you don't have to watch me do that the whole time. Okay, I have got about a half a cup, maybe plus just a tablespoon. I just tried to kind of keep getting it to the level that I like. You know, you can do that. Don't start out too sweet, but kind of build it up to the level you want. But it's a kind of a real full half cup. Now let me see what this is like now. That is that's actually nice. It's supposed to stay a little bit tart, but it's also got just a nice sweetness offsetting it. And I really do love having that orange flavor in cranberry sauce. I just think it's absolutely lovely. So I'm going to let this keep heating, and I think that's going to be a good amount of sweetening. Let me put my nice clean spoon back. Okay, it's at a nice steady boil, and I'm going to take my potato masher and kind of squish some of them. I want some of them to stay nice big pieces, but I do want some of it to be mushed up pretty good. And I think that I will go ahead and use a little bit of a cornstarch slurry. I think it'll be fine. There we go. Okay, I'm going to make a slurry. I just have a little bit of water in here, not much. And I'm going to put like a good, I think, heaping teaspoon of cornstarch in there, about like that. I'll get that really mixed up and we'll see how much that thickens it. Cornstarch is amazing stuff. Isn't that the cutest little whisk? Okay, I think I'm going to add a little bit more. It may end up being about a tablespoonful. I started cooking for my family when my mom had to work all the time when I was about 11 years old. And I learned to be kind of a taste it, just learn how to put things together. I can even make biscuits without a recipe. So it makes it hard for me to remember to give everybody nice, proper measurements. All right, let's see how this slurry does. It's boiling nicely. Oh, look at that already. Isn't it wonderful stuff? Oh, that looks wonderful. I'm going to let it stay on the heat, with that off, and just the heat from the stove for a few more minutes. It's not hard to cook out the taste of the cornstarch, but I want to be sure I do that. Oh, that's looking gorgeous. This is fun. About a tablespoon of the cornstarch did it. All right, this is clean. Oh, that's good. All right, it's going right back in this bowl, and I'll let it cool a little bit here, and then it'll go in the fridge until it's nice and chilled. if some people like to have theirs warm, could certainly serve it warm. What an easy way to make cranberry sauce. Oh my goodness. And there it is. I'll let that cool a little bit, and then it's going to go right into the fridge. All right, I'm going to take a look at the green bean casserole. It has actually been an hour because I wanted to give it a chance to really cook through and be bubbling hot. Oh, there goes the glasses as usual. Oh my, that's looking wonderful. Bubbled over just a bit. Not much. I think that the onions are going to be crispy, but not overdone. Oh, it looks so good. We're not going to be able to try anything for a little bit because it's piping hot. Turn off my oven. Now, the green bean casserole actually is very tasty. Well, Bill said, because I can't eat the French fried onions. But anyway, he said it's good, but I realized I made a mistake, and I want to be sure and let you guys know that it's better to partially cook the green bean casserole, then add the French fried onions on top and finish cooking it with them there. Mine would have come out a little lighter. They don't taste burned, but I think it would have been kind of nicer to have them lighter. So I'm admitting that I did a boo-boo, and it's really better if you kind of put those on like after it's been baking for a while. You can just take a peek at a recipe. They all kind of vary, but probably a good like 10, 15 minutes with the onions on there. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's take a look here. I'm going to let this sit there for a little bit. And let's take a look here. Like I said, this is going to go in the fridge, but I wanted to give it a chance to cool at least a little bit. Look at this texture. That looks like nice cranberry sauce that has the, pieces of cranberry. That's my favorite kind. And I tell you, you can't go wrong with the orange in there. It's so wonderful. All right, I'm going to be putting a cover on it, and we're going to get it in the fridge and let it just really chill. So let's try just a little bit here. Oh my goodness, that's so good. I'll make a confession to you guys. It's the first time I've ever made cranberry sauce in my entire life. It's really good. This is fun. All right. I like just putting a small plate on top and just put it in the fridge and let it get really chilled. I think I need help. All right. All right. This is all out of the oven now. And let's dish some up here. Now, I won't be dishing any up for me. I can't have it because I can't have the breading on the onions. But
Because of the gluten.
Because of gluten, yeah. But I'm more than happy for Bill to try it, and I'm looking forward to his response. And then look at this beautiful cranberry sauce. Just put a little bit there. And I think this is going to be fun to be able to serve for Thanksgiving. We're going to be getting together with some friends. And so try just a little bit of this. I like that it's got pieces of the cranberry, and it's got mushed cranberry. Okay. Let's see how this came out. All right. I want you to try the green beans. Hold it up a little bit more there. There we go.
When I was a kid, we'd have huge Thanksgiving dinners with the full family. My mother, she was a party animal, and
She was wonderful.
she made more than we could eat in a week.
Yes, yes.
And including green bean casserole. I never ate the green bean casserole when I was a kid.
You didn't?
I always went for the the turkey, of course, and the stuffing and the potatoes with the gravy over it. That was my main thing. And then pumpkin pie. I don't know why I didn't have the green bean casserole. This is really good.
Yeah, it's kind of a real traditional thing for Thanksgiving and sometimes for Christmas too. Very holiday. Our light just turned itself off.
Of course, this is a little weird right here because we're not eating a meal. We're just showing you a couple of the sides that we will have at Thanksgiving in a couple of weeks.
But I will be making this and serving it and sharing it with everybody for Thanksgiving.
And the cranberry sauce.
Yes. And like I said, I love the addition of the orange. There's natural orange juice in here.
Just the right amount of tart that makes your glands funny, and then the right amount of sweet, especially with the orange in there. That is really good.
Yeah, it really is. And it's just regular orange juice, real cranberries, and just the monk fruit.
Put that all over your meat, your
The turkey. Yes. And it's going to be outstanding on leftover sandwiches. And I love, like I said, it has little bits of cranberry in there, along with like the creamy mushed parts. So good.
Well, dear, for your first attempt at cranberry sauce, this is truly excellent.
Good. I'm glad you enjoy it.
And it's completely clean. You know, there's no
Yep.
chemicals or preservatives or any of that kind of stuff.
Like I said, it's just 100% orange juice, good for like the good kind, and the cranberries, a little bit of cornstarch, and that's in some. I used monk fruit, because I really don't want to put the sugar in there. It's good, isn't it? What a nice thing that's going to be to have with meat and the potatoes, and yeah, so good.
Wow, excellent.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, hon.
So thanks for watching.
Yes, live simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
Yes, we love you guys, and of course we're wishing you just a wonderful holiday season coming up. Have fun preparing things.
All right. All right.
Bye-bye.